We have with us on the show at this point in time Mr. Sumit Peer, who is a political commentator. Also joining us on the show is Maj Mohommed Ali Shah, defense expert. He also represents the Empire Media. Rahul Ishwar, Hindu rights activist, is also joining us on the show. And last but by no means the least, as always, Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, also joining us on the show. All right, Mohommed Ali Shah, let me begin by asking you a simple question. How is this, condonable, whatever you see on the screens, whatever this poster is about? Goddess Kaali smoking a cigarette and being referred to in such a derogatory manner. Why aren't there any parades? Why aren't there any protests? Why aren't, there any warnings and threats when something like this is done with Hindu gods, Mohommed Ali Shah?
Vineet, you are right. This thing is unacceptable, completely insulting anyone's faith, religion, anyone's God. Hurting religious sentiments. This is just religion is a very personal matter. And you see, I will tell you, let me explain it this way. Having acted in a few films, I will tell you, some of the filmmakers, they would definitely want a controversy themselves. Why? Because it's the cheapest way to gain eyeballs and publicity. Very cheap, very sick. It's a very bad mentality. And no one supports this kind of a behavior and the sad part is, what we need? Some Hindus themselves, in order to project themselves as secular, try to put their own gods down. That is not the way. That is not the way. Secular is treating every religion with equal respect. That's different. And I condemn this wholeheartedly. You cannot. If there was an uproar about Nupur Sharma being wrong, there is a uproar over here as well. I mean, why are no protests?
There is no uproar, Ali. Let me tell you, there is no uproar. There is no uproar to this.
You're right. So why no uproar? That's exactly a question again. The approach, we are bringing it up because these people bring cheap publicity to gain cheap eyeballs by garnering attention.
And Mohommed Ali Shah, and the funny thing is, if you look at Leena Manimakalai's timeline on Twitter, she's in fact tweeted about Zubair. And she said that arresting Zubair was an assault on truth. Mohommed Ali Shah, how hypocritical is that?
Well, Vineet, once again, if I come back to the fact that, she is insulting the goddess Kaali, by a weed and the pride thing in the background, that is not done at all. And let me tell you one more thing. Is creativity gone down to the dumps that one has to stoop so low to insult anyone's God to garner eyeballs, to garner attention? This is a cheap attention-seeking stunt, nothing else. And because we are in creative world, content is king. If you have got good content, people will watch it. You would not need to do cheap publicity out there. And then this content, unfortunately, the same people who are silent, there's no approach, are going to be watching it. As Sumit Peer said, why should it not be banned? It should be, and let me tell you, either way, whether it's banned or not, either ways, she's achieved the aim of garnering eyeballs. Here we are debating about her. Either ways, she will get her cheap popularity, her cheap publicity over there, for that matter. So insulting anyone's faith, for that matter, be it Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, anyone's faith, is just not done. Respecting everyone's faith is very important. Thank God, animals don't have any religion. Otherwise, I have a dog, I have a cat as well. They have no religion. What will others perceive them as? So, why is it that birds, have you ever seen birds fighting over religion? Have you ever seen animals fighting over religion? Man has divided God into so many different segments and then they fight over that and they kill each other. This is really ridiculous and humanity is the end of humanity. R.I.P. humanity. This is just not acceptable by anyone, by any means, and I highly condemn it. You cannot make a poster of a God and make fun of it just for your own cheap publicity, popularity, just to gain money, just to earn money.